name is Alex, and this is Travel TitBits 19, and we're in the village of Appledore in North Devon. And this is a place that has a lot of history, so let's have a look at it. This is the front of Appledore, the place that Charles Kingsley called the Little White Fishing Village, and it's certainly very bright today. Across the way we're looking back at Instow, and just there beyond the horizon where we can't see is the main bridge. Again, it's the tide is fairly low. In summer there is a ferry that comes across to here. During low tide it can feel like you can walk across, but it's not advised because it's very tidal and the sand is very soft. Also, allegedly, in the year 878, there was a Viking raid here. It was not exactly in a convenient location for a Viking raid, so it makes you wonder what they were after. Were they lost? Were they blown off course? But what is in no doubt is shipping has been extremely important to this part of North Devon, and the various docks called Kingsley Smith, who was born here during the 19th century. His father was lost at sea, and he was one of 8 children. His mother had to bring up the family on their own. She was a dressmaker. Over the years he built up a shipbuilding business in his later life. There's a dock, I believe, that is named after the bay off an island in eastern Canada, where he used to have a shipping business. So he never lost his connection with his home port, as it were. However, this was also an important place during Elizabethan times, as a lot of small places were, and not unlike Bedford that we looked at in a previous video, this is a much later addition to the town. There wouldn't have been a road, the quayside wouldn't have been out this far, and typical of the time, the river would have meandered right up to these buildings, and the main streets, such as they were, not suitable for cars, perhaps not even for horses and carts. And we're just going to have a little look at some of these old streets. It's a lovely Saturday morning. People are out walking the dogs. So we're going to cross over in a moment and have a look at some of the back streets that would have been the main streets. I may have mentioned that gig rowing is an important leisure activity, and some of these boats are stored here on the quayside. some of the beautiful old back streets. Pub and a fish and chip shop, very famous in these parts. It is said that sometimes you can meet a one-legged fisherman, or is it a one-legged pirate? I have actually seen one in the flesh. I think he was called Michael, but that was just what he said his name was. Ooh-ar, ooh-ar. It's also the place where you can find some odd shops, bookshops, place where you can rent the smallest of places. You can imagine what life was like here. It was a hard life being a fisherman, and everybody knew everybody. Everybody lived very close together. The sea would have been, or rather the river would have been, much closer to the housing than it is today. Today, a lot of places have been dollied up, lots of lovely colours. It was very rare for any cottages to have their own gardens. Very popular for dogs. Lovely old anchor been done up for last weekend's Remembrance Sunday, and one of the gig boats looks as if it's been repaired and cleaned up, and maybe going out for a row later today. It's certainly an ideal. If you're wondering exactly where we are, a very helpful you are here. As you can see, it's extremely tidal. So that's a trip of the first part of Appledore. One interesting thing I found out about Appledore is that the Tito Jackson of the original Jackson 5 came to Appledore in 2008 with his family for 6 weeks, and he seriously considered moving here and even made a documentary about it called The Jacksons Are Coming. It's food for thought, really, that Appledore could have become the American cultural capital of culture, pop culture. I think we need to pause there for a moment and take that in. Yes. Maybe Appledore was saved. Alrighty, see you on the next one.